Okay, so here we pick up part two of this
suggest we go to R Factor 2 for season 2.
Indy Grand Prix. Of course, I'm switching up to Ridge 3 right there. Scully, of course, is in fifth here.
But it does not work well in multiplayer.
Turn this down a little bit. We'll have to.
Joel, real sorry about that, bud.
We're going to go ahead and. Did I stop here? Yeah, I think I'm going to. Did I pit here? Yeah, I think I pitted already. So at this point, we're just waiting. Here we take the start. Okay, there's Corey on the side there.
Our data's showing that the car ahead's likely to be running in fuel conservation mode. His times will be slightly slower than normal.
I'm not sure what happens there. He brakes, so I end up going a little wide there. And then watch it right here. This is where I make my big mistake right here. Watch the gear selector. Reverse, I spin it. So there's my race right there. So whatever gift I had from the safety car and, of course, the restart and fueling under yellow just went out the window there. So I realize that's pretty much my race right there. At this point, Phil gets around me, and it's just, when you look at the next gap, there's just no way I'm going to catch these guys. So, I mean, anything's possible at this point. Still, what, 11 laps out or so, but just 6 seconds right there. I think within 10 laps, I finally pull them back a little bit, but I think I have to turn my fuel back too. So I still got to get that strategy down. I think maybe I'm turning up the fuel too much. I think it should stay in more of a conservative standard mode and only turn it up when I need to get around somebody. But anytime you got to use it to close the gap, you're never going to have enough fuel. So at this point, I'm 6 seconds, and I think Scully's ahead of Phil. So at this point, I'm already calculating that I'm probably losing my overall place to him and the overall points. Very frustrating. Yeah, and all during the practice yesterday and today, I was kind of conscious of my shifts. Although you can see in those early laps, I was already shifting to first versus second. So I think the problem continues here, frankly. At this point, trying to use curves to try to close that gap. I think my goal is that I realize I probably can't get Scully, but if I can get around Phil for another place, that may be a couple more points. See, first gear again. Just totally, again, hard to drive when you're frustrated. You make a mistake like that. I can't remember the last time I actually did that, but rookie mistake. But here we are again, lap 12 of lap 30, Precision Racing League, part 2 of the India Grand Prix. So at this point, I think what we can do is maybe just make it a two-parter. Not too much to show here. I think I just drive around by myself for a little bit, so let me stop the tape here and see if I can find something exciting to view here. Yeah, the gap is coming down a little bit. I know I'm faster than Phil at this point, but I'm trying to press, although I think when I check the fuel, I have to run either in the standard or lean mode, and I think eventually I put the fuel up here. I'm just, you're talking to yourself when I'm driving around here thinking, how did you make that mistake after that big gift? I mean, but isn't that racing? You get handed gifts all the time, and then you don't capitalize on them, and that's really what racing is all about. I mean, it's one thing being fast, but you also have to be mistake-free. So, yeah, it's down to 5 seconds here. Copper Plate, of course, having kind of a rough time himself here.
Sorry about that contact.
Michael hitting somebody again. Seems to be a common occurrence there, Michael, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. I'm rich already, and I'm optimal fuel, so at this point, I go back to mix. At this point, I realize there's no use running out. Now, I'm also thinking to myself here that I thought I saw Scully pit just before, around that, I can't remember what lap it was now. Let's watch it here. I think he pits again. Actually, as I'm doing this video here, I had to take kind of a long break from the part 1 to part 2 here, and it's getting late here in the evening on that Tuesday evening. Always best to do the debrief here the same day of the race, otherwise you forget. Yeah, that was the first pit stop. The next pit stop is going to come, I think it's scheduled on 18. So at this point, we will see that. So at this point, let me speed up the tape here. Okay, here we join lap 17 here, where I finally chase Phil down here, and he's about one and a half seconds in front of me here. I'm already -1 of the fuel, so I know I'm already pushing it. If that goes -2, I'm in real trouble here. So I think eventually a little mental fade right here. Scully's actually in the pits at this point, so there's Scully right there behind me. Yeah, so Scully goes in at lap 17. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, if he's got options on, he has to go 12 laps with his options.
I'm staying now as long as I can.
And at this point, what I wanted to do was I wanted to go at this point till lap 22, and then come in for options. But what I did instead, I already did my tire rule. I started with options, went to primes here, and I wanted to switch over to options. So when I go into the pits in the next 4 laps, I forget to switch it over. So that's a second mistake I made. I think the first one was, well, the first mishap was not qualifying and the car being destroyed. Second one was not getting around Phil quick enough on the start. Third one was, of course, not capitalizing or misshifting on that restart, which cost me a big gap. And you just get the feeling that it's going to take a miracle or these other drivers ahead of me to make a mistake in order for me to become equal or as good as I was prior to the mistake. So at this point, I'm just trying not to make any more mistakes. Although again, the reason I think I'm getting on the horn here to my teammate Cedros about saying I'm not going to come in, I'm going to stay out as long as I can. I think he's doing the same thing. And sometimes, you get a if you go in for pits under green, you're going to lose even more time. So Scully's right here. Can you see him? He's right there. There he's in 7th spot here. Okay, at this point I go right to lean. I can't take a chance. If it goes to -2, then I'm really hurting myself. And then you got to drive so slow that you're just never going to make any progress. So at this point I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe he's running an option, but I'm thinking I doubt it. That maybe this is his last stop, and the fact that I got to stop one more time. Now I've contemplated on just sticking out with this pair of tires, right? But that would mean I would really be doing. When did I pit? Lap 6 or 7? Or 8? Can't remember now. But I'd be way past that level, and I think last weekend I had a flat tire on that last race, pushing the limit. So, although I think we get a chance to put him between a Red Bull sandwich, which we can't quite capitalize on. I think once Scully does come around me. Okay, there's Copper there, right there. Yeah, so there's Scully right there. There's a second yellow dot behind me. Gotta stop it here and speed it up. Okay, here we're on lap 21 now. Nothing's changed here from the last pause. Scully's right behind me here.
Nice work.
I guess I'm still thinking I'm racing Scully. I don't really think Phil's in the picture anymore, although that is going to play out. 9 seconds to Moogles there. Which wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have to stop again. At this point, I know Scully is lining me up here on this long stretch.
Real quick before you reach me.
So he's full DRS at this point. So here he comes. And of course I'm running lean too, so I know he's going to get me. So there he goes. So at this point I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to have to come in and go to options and see if I can chase him down, or at least chase down Phil, because I imagine if I pull in Phil, he'll take a spot. I think I'm the last guy in the lead lap. Must be getting better though, because I don't see Joel with the fast guys coming around me anymore, so I can get better. But still not good enough. Okay, this is where we try to put him between the sandwich here, and of course we are allowed to do a little team racing, are we not? But we have to do it discreetly. But anyways, so I tell Corey, I said, well, just hold your line and let him come around you, right? I mean, but I think he's getting a blue marker anyways. Scully gets a little ragged right there. Draw him back up. And this is where we want him to hold his line. Now watch Corey. He just totally goes off the track here. So he thought, he said to me, I don't want to make it obvious. I said, I don't think it was obvious if you slow down there a little bit, but I don't think it would have made a difference. At this point, I think I die for the pits.
I can't make it too obvious.
Yeah, so I don't, I think I said, well, flying off the track is pretty obvious, but, or something like that, but I thought, well, okay, anything we can do to make up a couple minutes there, a couple seconds, wouldn't have made a difference anyways. Okay, Phil will come around me here. Actually, there goes Phil coming in the track map right there, so he'll pass me. Right there goes Phil. So at this point, with 7 laps to go, now I remember I forgot to put options on. So just the whole race is just falling apart here. I mean, I should be satisfied. Out of 11 cars, I finished 7th, but I think the car was faster than that. Although, again, hitting reverse here on the previous lap wasn't doing myself any help. So we're just going to have to clean it up next round. I think Scully does take the actual position here. I think that's the way we finish. Scully in 5th, Phil in 6th, Whittod or TW here in 7th, Copperplate in 8th. Cedros is behind that. Probably you don't feel so bad considering Eric or Disco Potato didn't even finish the race, so he probably gets the bad luck award here today, if there's such a thing. Is there an award like that in F1? So there's Light giving the fast lap of 8:22.7. My best is 22.6, so even that's kind of pathetic, but I'm not sure how these guys are lapping that quick, but you know, I try to point the car through the corners and throttle up, but for something's causing the car to not perform. I don't know. Could be the driver.
I think he may be on options.
Yeah, so we're thinking, is he on options or on prime? Of course, I don't know that. Maybe Scully, as you're listening to this, you can reveal that, although that is top secret information. Although if we have a video of it, we'll be able to see it. Okay, so with 11 into this, let me stop this and take you right to the end of the race here.
He has slowed down drastically since you went. I was keeping up with him for a minute there.
Yeah, it's nice to have the teammate, too, with Corey. I think we're talking more during the race. Yeah, I'm not sure how much the teammates really helped during the race, but sometimes it's good to get encouragement. But we'll stop it here and press forward here. Okay, just want to note there before I stop it, 9.9 seconds to Phil, so let me stop it here. And let me fast forward here. Okay, so here's lap 29. Coming on to lap 30. I think I fill in here just a little too late. I finally get the fuel back to optimal, and I think I eventually turned it up here somewhere in that last lap.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We might be making another pit stop.
Yeah, I think it said it was closing. Too bad we don't do 100% races. I was looking to turn it up. I think I turned it up here somewhere, but too little too late. I finally turn it up. Yeah, I figure at this point I have enough to make it. Well, I see my fuel flashing here. 3.6 seconds to fill. Yeah, I think that last mistake of not getting options might have helped. I don't know how much faster I would have closed. Again, maybe it would have closed the gap. It does go pretty close here to fill. Chopping those corners pretty good.
I was 3 laps down, so I wasn't even sure what lap you guys were on.
Just kind of keep my foot into it there, a little wide. Yeah, maybe the options might have helped you, but even after, if I pitted at, 22 at 7, those tires would be going off, I think, after 6 or 7 laps anyway, so it might not make a difference. So just going to have to clean it up. The biggest mistake here, of course, is hitting that reverse. I lost 10 seconds right there, and that would have been the difference. I'm not sure what the overall result is. Let's take a look at it here. All right, so that's it. Congratulations to Light. Michael wins it.
Good job, really good job.
Pink Tank, I think, gets second.
I don't know what
That
happened.
was amazing battling for the lead.
Moogle's third. J Digital, Skelly Telly. Yeah, see right here. Stop the tape. Stop the tape here. J Digital saying the best rate all season. 48 seconds behind, and I'm 04. So what is that? That's 48. That's 11 seconds plus 4. That's about 15 seconds he was ahead of me. And I lost at least that when I turned at the corner, and Skelly Telly is on the 2 longest straight. So that would have made the difference. Fast lap pretty close though. Skelly 124.480. I'm at 124.5, so very competitive there. Phil just a little bit off the pace there. They did a little faster than us, which is normally what we see, and of course the top guy is doing 122. So it's interesting how we see the guys. Of course, Copperplate, I think a little bit off the mark there, but they're getting better each round as well. I think Corey's back behind this 9th or 10th or something. I'm not sure if I scroll down there. So overall, pretty good race. I have to clean it up on my end, but good racing. And again, we'll see you next week which is Tuesday evening. And until next time, everybody, take care.